Episode 1 of the final season of What If is out, and I've gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. We're gonna break down this episode and talk about everything that happens, but before we get started, we're on the road to 2,500 subs, and we are so close. I would love to have you here, so consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, leave your comments because I read every single one. I most likely will respond. Now let's go ahead and break down this awesome first episode to the third and final season of What If.
I'm Spider-Man.
This episode takes place in an alternate reality where Sam Wilson's Captain America actually meets Bruce Banner during the events of Winter Soldier. We get various parallels to the scenes at the very beginning of Winter Soldier where Sam and Cap actually meet. Bruce is still having issues being the Hulk and transforming into the Hulk, so Sam offers him help by offering his therapy sessions. Again, another thing that we saw in Winter Soldier. Sam and Bruce become great friends, but one day while on Sam's ship with his sister, Bruce gets hurt and turns into the Hulk, causing a little bit of destruction to his boat, and Bruce ends up leaving for good. He can't control himself. Bruce wants to rid himself of the Hulk, so he uses the same gamma that turned him into the original monster, but it does not go as planned. Bruce actually ends up creating a whole nother monster, an apex predator, who actually also creates other little minions. Now, these monsters are technically just smaller versions of Hulk, so the Avengers need some extra help. Moon Knight, Shang-Chi, Red Guardian, Nakia, Sam Wilson, they all group up as the Avengers into their mechanized forms. They basically have these giant mechanized suits that remind me a lot of Pacific Rim or the Godzilla movies, or, you know, something along the lines of Power Rangers. It looks really, really cool, and I like how each one of the mechs are designed for the specific hero. One of my favorite moments is where we get a conversation between Sam and Monica Rambeau while they're talking about how Sam not being willing to talk to Bruce Banner is kind of preventing the team from possibly saving the world. Bruce Banner would be tons of help here, but he's been off the grid since, and Monica convinces Sam to go talk to him. Sam travels in his mech suit to this island where he finds Bruce living in a rundown house where he actually has an atom bomb that he's been working on. This nuke will come in handy way later in the episode. While Bruce is not technically willing to help directly with the team because he hasn't had a Hulk incident in over 3 years, he does have something that will help them. And what he gives him are plans in order to combine all of the mech Avengers together into a super Avenger. Again, right out of Power Rangers, it's really, really cool. The Apex, along with the Gamma monsters, are fighting the Avengers, but they all come together and use the plans that Bruce provided. Again, I really like how Bruce is kind of being the hero and not necessarily the Hulk. Bruce Banner is just as much of a hero as the big guy, and they all combine together with Sam delivering the line "Avenger assemble," and the action sequence is so well done. However, it's still not enough to beat the Apex. There's still hundreds of Gamma monsters around, so Bruce Banner actually does have to come save the day. He brings the nuke with him, but he's actually inside of it. The nuke was made for him. He knows that he can become another Apex with this bomb and maybe take down the bad one and replace him. So Bruce detonates the nuke with himself inside of it, turning himself into another one of the Apexes. With the help of the Avengers, Hulk or Bruce is able to take out the Apex and kind of lead all of the other Gamma monsters now. He looks just like Godzilla, so I'm going to call him Hulkzilla. Hulkzilla wins with the Avengers and commands all of the other Gamma monsters to go back into the ocean with him. Sam also gets a final conversation with Bruce, talking about how he is a friend and how he is appreciative of his efforts, and I thought it was really well done. Overall, with this being the first episode of the final season, I'm impressed. As I've said before, there are several episodes in the other seasons which I just really didn't care too much about, and while reading the title, I wasn't super excited to watch this. This was way better than I thought it would be. With a show like this, I think the 20 to 25 minute runtime is perfect, and it tells a complete story with the characters that we know in a new situation. That's kind of what If has tried to be the past couple years with this show, and I think they're finally finding their groove with it because this first episode is great. but it makes me a little upset because this is the last season. I'm sure we're going to have these kinds of conversations more and more as the days go on because we're releasing episodes every single day now until the 28th. So again, subscribe to the channel because we're going to have a video out tomorrow too. But I hope I get more of this because this was really fun, really enjoyable seeing all of these characters again. This is what If should be, in my opinion. Now with season 1 and kind of season 2, they had an overarching storyline. Now I wonder if they're going to do this with the third one and kind of rope all of these heroes together for the finale and maybe overarch all of the season storylines. It's too soon to tell, but we're getting another episode tomorrow, so maybe we'll see some returning characters from previous seasons. Again, leave your thoughts down below. I read every single one. I most likely will respond, and I will see you all tomorrow.